Working for you, RTV6 is getting accountability and answers tonight for a family in pain, asking why a stranger was allowed to walk away with their lost pet.
A city and its officers now face a federal lawsuit after their actions captured on body camera footage. Why one man believes negligence led to his extreme injuries.
There are 2 cold fronts on the way. The second will make it feel like January.
This is RTV6 News at 5. Working for you.
First tonight, this ugly crash between a car and a school bus on the west side of Indianapolis.
About 25 Arsenal Tech High School students were on the bus when the car crashed into it on West 10th and North Traub Avenue. There were no injuries, and a second bus came to take the kids home.
Police say the crash happened when the car was traveling east on 10th and the school bus turned from Traub onto westbound 10th Street. Tonight, a controversial mix-up and a problem that could impact any pet owner.
A family says their Victorian bulldog got loose Saturday and was taken to a local shelter, but the family who found the dog was able to leave the shelter with her, despite the fact that that dog was microchipped.
The dog's rightful owner is pleading for her pet to be returned. RTV6's Nicole Griffin is getting answers from the shelter about what happened.
This Johnson County family is just heartbroken. It's now been several days since their bulldog named Hadley got out of their home through an open door. They know she was picked up by someone and taken over to the Johnson County Animal Shelter, but the people who found her did not leave her there.
We just want our dog back. I'm sorry. But we have 5 kiddos, and they're all attached to her. I'm attached to her. I've not been able to sleep at night.
April Isham and her family are hoping whoever has their dog Hadley will take her back to the Johnson County Animal Shelter and surrender her. Hadley got out of a door that wasn't fully latched on Saturday. She was picked up along Whiteland Road and taken to the shelter. She was then scanned for a microchip, and the shelter called April, but she missed the call. A minute later, she says she called back several times, but no one answered. So she then drove to the shelter, but was told the finders left with Hadley and they had her contact information. Now April has been waiting since Saturday for Hadley to be returned.
I'm angry and I'm hurt because I would never, ever do this to somebody. And I don't see why somebody would want to do that to me and my family and my dog.
Amy Briggs, the Johnson County attorney, says the animal shelter does not require anyone who finds a stray animal to leave it at the shelter when the finder takes responsibility for contacting the owner. She says this policy is consistent with other area shelters, and they have not encountered any issues with this policy before. She says the shelter employees had no reason to believe that Hadley wouldn't be returned to its owners or that Hadley was in danger. If anyone sees her or knows where she is, contact Whiteland Police or the Johnson County Animal Shelter. Working for you in Johnson County, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
If you have a problem in your life that has you feeling helpless, RTV6 can help. Connect with us via email at workingforyou@rtv6.com or reach out to us on Facebook.
Tens of thousands of kids around the state will not be in class on Tuesday, November 19th, including IPS students. IPS, Wayne Township schools, and other districts are canceling classes that day in support of teachers planning to attend the Red for Ed Action Day at the State House. November 19th is Organization Day, when lawmakers return to the State House to prepare for the upcoming session. The Indiana State Teachers Association is urging teachers to be at the State House to call on lawmakers to make kids, educators, and public schools the top priority in the 2020 session.
A Delaware County man has filed an excessive force lawsuit against the city of Muncie and 3 of its police officers.
And this all stems from a June 2018 incident that was captured on body cameras.
Call 6 Investigates. Kara Kenny has been digging into this for a year and joins us now with what this lawsuit reveals. Kara.
Mark and Amanda, Jesse Vernon filed this 10-page lawsuit on October 22nd in federal court. We obtained body camera footage of the incident. The clip we are about to show you begins right after officers handcuff Vernon on suspicion of drug dealing.
I'm not doing nothing.
In his lawsuit, Vernon says officers Chase Winkle and Chase Hunter beat him and that Winkle repeatedly tased him. It accuses Muncie of excessive force, battery, false arrest, and negligence. As a result of the beating, Vernon suffered serious injuries, including a broken collarbone. Prosecutors initially charged Vernon with resisting law enforcement and drug-related charges, but prosecutors later dropped those charges. Jesse Vernon is asking a court to be compensated for his damages and attorney's fees. A friend of Vernon says the FBI has interviewed her about what happened, as well as a witness and one of Vernon's family members. The Muncie police chief has confirmed in the past to RTV6 that the feds are reviewing several of their cases, but it's not clear if this is one of them. We reached out to Muncie for a comment on this lawsuit, and we are still waiting to hear back.
All right, Kara, thank you. Now switching over to weather. You can feel those temperatures continuing to drop, Kev.
Enjoy the next few hours. Temperatures have been in the 50s today.
Okay.
I guess because we had a lot of cloud cover, probably didn't feel that way. But north of Indy, you've had some sunshine. The big changes are hours away. We'll get to that in 1 second. There's our state divided, the gray representing the clouds from just north of Indy all the way south then of the Ohio River. Sunshine is up here. We'll see these showers expand. They're moving basically west to east, but a little bit to the north. So we'll continue to set the stage for more widespread light showers later this evening and overnight tonight. I think these will be hit and miss, though. Temperature 52 in Indy. Enjoy that. Nothing close to that warm within the 7-day planner. There's one exception to that, and you'll see it in the 7-day planner. Temperatures to the north and west. It's not difficult to see where the cold front sits, and that's the transition that's coming our way as we get into tomorrow. For this evening and tonight, scattered light rain showers. Temperatures are steady at least through 10 o'clock tonight. Then the big change arrives in the morning. We'll follow the morning showers, see where we may mix in some snow showers as well coming up.
Right now, we need you to take a close look and see if you recognize these men. Police in Columbus say they took part in an armed robbery today at the German-American Bank on West Jonathan Moore Pike. It happened at about 12:30 p.m. Detectives say they got away with money but did not harm any employees of the bank. If you know anything about this, we urge you to contact Columbus Police or Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS.
Another month and another extension for free rides on the city's newest transit connector.
You can keep riding the Red Line at no cost, at least until December. We first broke the news on Good Morning Indiana today. Indigo now says its free fare period will extend through the month of November. You might remember fare collection was slated to start this past Monday. Indigo management says the extension is once again due to the MyKey ticketing system. Transit officials say they're testing a temporary system able to collect fares starting December 1st.
And today, only on RTV6, Call 6 Investigates found out that Indigo could be due a 6-figure refund over the months of free service on the Red Line. Collection of fares on the Red Line have been delayed because of the MyKey fare vending machines. They've not been ready. Call 6 Investigates learned the company behind the system will be responsible for refunding the bus company for the lost fares. We don't know exactly what the amount is yet, but again, Indigo is expecting to start collecting fares on the Red Line on Sunday, December 1st.
Indianapolis is living up to the saying, Indy welcomes all, in this year's election by electing 3 new council members who consider themselves a part of the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, Keith Potts, Ethan Evans, and Allie Brown are part of the historic class, adding more diversity to Marion County. All 3 say they decided to run because they are passionate about being part of the direction the city of Indianapolis is headed.
I am the first LGBTQ woman elected to the council. I want to praise Zach Adamson for taking down a barrier a while ago and making it so that was one of the least important things about me winning last night.
Well, the new additions to the Indianapolis City County Council will also lower the average age of the total elected members.
Looking into other key races across the nation, results from this week could be a sign of what's to come in 2020. In Kentucky, Democrat Andy Bashir is claiming victory over incumbent Governor Matt Bevin, who is still refusing to concede. In Virginia, the former red state is turning blue, with Democrats taking full control of both chambers of the state legislature for the first time in more than 2 decades.
And some historic changes in the vice president president's hometown. Democrats will hold a key city council majority in Mike Pence's home of Columbus for the first time since the 1980s if a margin holds up. Unofficial results from the election show Democrats winning a 4-3 Columbus City Council majority. Local leaders say the victories came from young candidates stepping up and wanting to make a difference. The county clerk says Dems last won a city council majority in the 1983 election. The Colts are preparing for their next test, the Miami Dolphins.
But the big question remains, who will be the starting quarterback for the Colts Sunday afternoon? Sports Director Dave First is here with more from the Colts complex.
Hey guys, good evening. Yeah, on to week 10 of the NFL season. Sunday, they host the Dolphins, one of the worst teams in the league. They are bad. That's why the Colts are favored by almost 11 points Sunday afternoon. But that doesn't mean you should keep an eye on that quarterback situation. Colts QB Jacoby Brissett will play if he can. And he should play if he can. Last Sunday, he suffered that sprained MCL in his left knee. Today, gingerly getting around on it, full brace, helping stabilize it. Officially listed as limited during practice, and honestly, not a bad sign about his availability for Sunday's game against the Dolphins if he's doing this. Backup Brian Hoyer saw the rest of the snaps that counted, as he could be eyeing his first career start with the Colts. But all agree that if Jacoby can play, he will play.
You know, Jacoby's old school now. I mean, he's old school. I mean, you guys know, you saw the year he played, and he took a beating, and he played every stinking snap. So this guy is as tough as they come. But we got to do the right thing for him and for our team, and we'll just see how it plays out. He's our quarterback. We want him to play. And if he's ready to play, then he'll be the starter.
I want to give Jacoby the luxury to do whatever he wants to do, and you know, I basically played a whole game last week with ever really practicing this offense anyway. So whatever, you know, he's willing to do and capable of doing, he'll do, and I'll play off of that.
And a new injury as well to keep an eye on. It involves safety Malik Hooker. He sat out today with a knee injury. Perhaps more on that tomorrow. Our Sports Extra Spotlight on one of the most unselfish high school football teams in the state. Brownsburg High, the underdogs. All new at 6. See you then, guys.
Still ahead at 5:30 on RTV6, the man rents a U-Haul for a short local move, then is stunned to find his final bill is 8 times higher than he thought. The warning you need to hear before renting. Next on the Now Indy.
Just ahead here at 5, a vicious, deadly attack draws attention to territorial disputes in Mexico. What we know about the American family, including children who were killed just 100 miles from the Arizona border.
And we talked about the rain showers. Now in the southern half of the state, there are the areas of snow showers. Will the two meet? We'll talk about that coming up.
Easy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
This is RTV6 News at 5. Working for you.
An elected official in central Indiana is now facing charges after investigators say he endangered other drivers' lives by getting behind the wheel while intoxicated. Nathan Mantlow has been charged with OWI. He's a Brown Township trustee in Hendricks County. Investigators say he admitted to smoking marijuana and was intoxicated before he caused a crash involving 2 other vehicles in Indianapolis. Documents show he failed several field sobriety tests after the crash, but did not have any alcohol in his system. Tonight, leaders in Mexico are hunting for the gunman who ambushed an American family, killing 3 mothers and 6 children.
We're learning more about that brutal attack, including the heroic actions of one child who reportedly saved lives. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez now with the latest.
Relatives visiting the horrific scene where 9 members of an American family were shot to death in Mexico, their vehicles set on fire. Officials believe drug traffickers ambushed the women and children in Sonora State, firing more than 200 shots, possibly confusing them with a rival gang.
I believe they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
The family, who's lived in the border region for decades, was caravanning to stay safe as some prepared for an upcoming wedding. 3 mothers and 6 children, including Renita Miller and her 8-month-old twins, were killed in the attack. Relatives say after one of the mothers got out of her vehicle with her hands up, she was shot point blank in the chest. But incredibly, 5 children escaped and are being treated in Arizona after relatives say 13-year-old Devin Blake Langford hid the young survivors in bushes and walked 14 treacherous miles to get help.
There were like 60 people shooting at them from all over the mountains around. And the little kid decided to get the kids away from where they were shooting and going to the bushes. That was courageous.
President Trump tweeting, if Mexico needs or requests help in cleaning out these monsters, the United States stands ready, willing, and able to get involved and do the job quickly and effectively. But Mexico's president says their country will handle this alone. And we've now learned an arrest made in the region Tuesday was not connected to the massacre. Mexican authorities say they are sharing information with the FBI and vow to catch the killers. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
New today, we now know when the impeachment inquiry will be entering the next phase. Capitol Hill will hold open-door hearings next week from key witnesses. This after one witness said he personally delivered a message to a top Ukrainian official that U.S. military aid was contingent upon Ukraine launching an investigation into the president's political rivals. The House Intelligence Committee will hear from witnesses Wednesday and next Friday.
Kevin Gregory joins us now with a look at our forecast. A little bit cloudy in Indianapolis today.
It is. Some sun to the north. We've been staring at the thermometer for a while now. You guys busy? You want to watch something with me?
Yeah, let's do it.
Just stay right here on this camera. I'm going to step out of the way. So what I'm going to do is put this in motion from 11 o'clock tonight and roll it out to Friday morning. And the temperatures just fall that entire time. And look, Memphis down to 31.
Look at that.
Atlanta 47.
Most of the country.
I don't like this movie.
If it's going to be cold here, we want everyone to share. For sure. Right? And they will. All right, let's talk about what's happening now. Temperatures in central Indiana, generally in the lower 50s. We're between systems, at least northern central Indiana. There's the snow to the north, rain to the south. The cold air sits here. Question is, will the cold air catch the moisture enough that we see decent snow showers tomorrow? Certainly a possibility, especially in the southern half of the state. The dividing line for the clouds from northern Marion County north, you've had more sunshine today. From Indy south, it's all about the clouds and the developing light rain showers that are drifting to the east northeast. And there on the horizon, you see the clearing skies. There's Meridian Street. I like this time of evening here where city lights come up and the sun goes down. Temperature 53 in Lafayette, 50 in Bedford, 52 in Peru. A little more sunshine there, a little more warmth. Temperatures to the south, you get to Bedford and Seymour and Sullivan where you've got some showers and clouds. Temperatures are cooler. Let's go walking. Can't rule out a couple of light showers this evening. Can you find Chanel?
Oh, she blends right into that blanket.
She may not come out until probably spring, maybe late November. We'll bounce back from these cold temperatures. You can send your dog's photo to me at kevin.gregory@wrtv.com, and I'll be happy to take your dog or cat for a walk. Tomorrow, a wintry mix most likely in the morning hours, especially southern half of the state. Temperatures, they don't go anywhere. If they go anywhere, it's actually falling into the 20s by the time we get past sunset tomorrow night. First thing in the morning, there are the rain showers along and south of Interstate 70. Notice this little patch here of mixed precipitation. The cold air is trying to catch the moisture that's leaving the state. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, showers and mixed precip to the south and east, and we clear quickly in the mid to late afternoon. Off to Friday we go. Temperatures much colder all day long. They'll stay in the mid to 30s through the afternoon hours. 54 is your average high. As we go to Friday night football, dry and cold. Wind will be light, 31 at kickoff, 27 is the temperature as the games come to an end. It's still a few weeks before they get into Lucas Oil Stadium to play for a state championship. Temperatures over the weekend, we build a little false confidence. Windy, dry, and 44 Saturday. Temperature on Sunday at 51. Monday is just like tomorrow. Falling temperatures all day long. In the teens Tuesday morning, in the teens Wednesday morning, with highs below freezing. In January, that's colder than the average low temperature in January.
And here we are in November.
Yeah.
Great.
Thanks, Kevin.
Well, get ready to find love on a local scale. We are learning another famous face from Bachelor Nation is going to join in on a live stage show right here in Indianapolis. Former Bachelorette Becca Cuffrin will join Indiana native and former Bachelor Ben Higgins for the Bachelor Live on stage in Indianapolis next year. The nationwide tour is meant to help you find love in your own community, complete with rose ceremonies. Each show has one hometown bachelor introduced to local ladies, and the audience gets to participate as well. That is happening April 21st, 2020 at Clues Memorial Hall at Butler.
Coming up now, he's on trial for a stunning set of murderers, but did someone order him to do it? We'll look inside this case from Court TV next when the news continues on RTV6.
Days from 4:30 to 7.
Hello to you. I'm Julie Grant with Court TV. And opening statements began this morning and witness testimony is underway in the next big trial that we're covering live for you here on Court TV. The state beginning its case in chief. This is day number 1 in a quadruple homicide murder trial. 41-year-old Henry Segura is accused of murdering his girlfriend, Brandy Peters, her twin daughters, and the couple's 3-year-old son. This is a death penalty case happening in Tallahassee, Florida. Prosecutors say that Segura's motivation was avoiding possible jail time for back child support that he owed. And in a strange twist, another man has confessed to ordering the murders, saying that Peters had been stealing drug money from him. This case is also a retrial, and Segura is expected to testify. As always, you can count on Court TV for live gavel-to-gavel coverage. I'm Julie Grant. Now back to you in the studio. All new at 6 p.m. Out of tragedy, lives are being saved. The reason why there is a surge in statewide organ donations. We will share one family's emotional story.
But first on the Now, Indy, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, even though it's only November 6th, where you'll find gifts, decorations, treats, and more. You're watching RTV6.